The Iron Cat, a Steampunk Chronicle. Chapter 1, The Smoke and the Ash. The Iron Cat, a Steampunk Chronicle. Chapter 1, The Smoke and the Ash. They say the city was built on bones. Iron bones, blackened and charred, buried beneath layers of soot and ash. Its towers groaned with gears, and its alleys were arteries for steam. The weak drowned in fumes, the strong drowned in noise. Yet somewhere in that unholy racket of pistons and steel, there stalked, a creature unlike any other. A cat, but not just any cat. The creature's name, whispered by beggars and machinists alike, was Cinders. Some claimed it had crawled out of the very furnaces of the lower quarter. Others swore it was stitched together by some mad tinker, a thing of flesh and brass. No one knew for certain, but all agreed. To see the cat was to glimpse survival given form. Cinder's fur, where it wasn't matted with grease, shimmered like burnished coal. One eye gleamed gold, the other a fractured blue, as though a shard of shattered sky had lodged itself in his skull. His tail bore scars of melted iron, and his left hind leg creaked when he leapt. The bones inside fused with splints of steel. And yet, he was magnificent. The city tried to kill him every day. The smokestacks belched poison, the gutters swelled with acid rain, and the cobbled streets were haunted by iron-shod boots that cared nothing for small, fragile lives. Even the machines were enemies. Great automata with brass bellies and iron claws, clockwork scavengers that stripped meat as efficiently as they stripped scrap. But Cinders survived. On this night, the wind was crueler than usual. Steam hissed from ruptured pipes, thick as fog, carrying the metallic stink of blood and rust. The lower quarter was a maze of collapsing shanties where the poor scavenged for scraps of copper wire. A man lay dead in the gutter, throat torn out, not by blade, but by gears. One of the guild's enforcers, perhaps, or worse, a failed experiment left to wander until hunger drove it mad. Cinders padded through it all with the patience of a king. His paws made no sound on the cobbles. His eyes flickered in the gloom, catching the glint of lanterns swinging overhead. Rats scurried from his path. Even the humans, drunks with oil-stained hands, or children wearing goggles too big for their faces, did not dare touch him. He was more than an animal, he was a symbol. The cat paused at a corner where a pipe had burst, spilling boiling water into the street. Steam rose in a ghostly column. He stared into it as though he saw something beyond the veil, something hidden in the gears of fate. Then, with a flick of his tail, he slipped into the shadows. The city was alive. It breathed in steam, exhaled in ash. It had no mercy. But if one could read its rhythms, if one could walk its wires and dodge its teeth, there were secrets to be found, and Cinders knew them all. That night, hunger drove him deeper into the belly of the machine, past the tenements where coughing lungs rattled like broken engines, past the slag pits where molten waste glowed like the embers of hell. He came at last to the cannery yards, where rats fattened themselves on spoiled meat and broken automata, twitched in forgotten heaps. Here, survival was not only possible, it was inevitable for one as sharp as Cinders. He leapt onto the carcass of a rusted gearhound, claws scraping steel. His golden eye gleamed as he sniffed the air. Prey was near. A sound, not a rat. Too heavy, not a man. Too careful. Cinders crouched low, muscles taut as coiled springs. From the shadows emerged another predator, a dog, ribs like prison bars, fur burned away in patches to reveal raw skin and brass plates nailed crudely to bone. A wretched experiment, discarded like so many in the city's hunger for progress. Its eyes glowed dimly, powered by some dying coil of energy. The cat's tail lashed once, twice. The fight was inevitable. The city itself seemed to hold its breath as the two survivors faced each other in the yard of rust and steam. One, a beast of failed invention. The other, a creature so stubborn, so defiant, it had become legend. And as the first growl rumbled through the air, the story of Cinders truly began.